welcome back. I'm really excited to share this video. Normally I'm always sharing the problems with plants. Today is the exception. I'm just going to show how amazing this looks. I'm not just saying it because I made it, I am, but honestly it just looks amazing. So why did I do it? That's the key thing for me. The reason was I went on holidays and I was in this place. It was a night time and it was surrounded by these a lot of calatheas and it was monstera. It just looks all amazing when you are surrounded by these plants. And I always wanted to mimic that in my kitchen area when we are having dinner, to have the same feeling like you are on holiday. And it's not going to cost me extra, to be honest, because all these plants are not bought for this purpose. They are bought over time and I have just grouped them together to have that impact, and I just think it just works amazingly. It looks amazing at night and at daytime. In fact, it looks more nicer at night than daytime. And the key reason I wanted to do this was to make a statement. So when I have a lot of plants, they are not potted into one big pot, but they are in individual pots. It misses the statement. You do see a lot of plants, but your eyes are drawn to the pots as well. So I wanted to use a very dark planter, so my eyes are not drawn to it, but they are drawn to the foliage here. I mean, I was lucky enough because I had all these plants. Imagine if I had to buy them right now to make this a statement piece, it would have cost me a lot of money, but that's a glad bit that I did have them already. So the cool thing is that it becomes low maintenance as well. I mean, if you are like me who forget to water, who forgets to feed as well, this is a go-to. But if you are awesome with your plants and you know everything, what's going on in each pot, you don't have to do it unless you want to make a statement piece. So the main aim was here really to make a statement piece. The easy care bit comes with it for me really as a benefit. So let's get to it. Dive into the plants. I really wanted to mention that if you are new to indoor planting or you are new to how to make the right soil media for your beautiful exotic plants, please watch the video at the very end. I am going to add all the clips where I have just a short bits and pieces how I have put this planted together in terms of soil. So it's quite important if you are new to this, but if you know your soil media, you don't have to watch this. But getting back to the plants now. So this very first one, actually it's my favorite plant and it does not look really happy right now. So this one is Alocasia Black Velvet. The reason I love this one, because of course it's velvety and all these patterns you see is so beautiful. Now the reason it doesn't look really happy plant, because I have transplanted it. So alocasias, or some of the alocasias, don't take really well the transplantation. So this one didn't have actually a huge rooting system. So the bigger rooting system you have, the easier you can transplant. So I have a faith that it will do well and it will bounce back, but only time will tell. So I have tried to create layers here before I go into the plants. So the main aim was that I will have layers, smaller plants at the front and bigger plants at the back. And so we're talking about bigger plants. The bigger ones I have chosen is Philodendron verrucosum, because this one is absolutely humongous. It's over a meter tall. So my aim is I'm going to get a moss pole here, so for it to just go up. Right now it's coming out for more light because it was in a really brighter location. It has done so well. So this one was the cuttings I have done here, propagation, and it's throwing 2 new branches out. I mean, how awesome is that? Everywhere I am seeing this plant is bringing a lot of branches, and it did suffer a lot from thrip infestation, which I have managed to eradicate, and I'm so glad for that. So the second plant I have on the front is Anthurium. The reason I have it on the front again, to create the layers. Ideally I would want to have 3 layers, but in order to achieve that I needed this plant to be more bigger than actually it is. So only 2 plants I can do in a row just to create this more jungly look. So in the back I have got Philodendron verrucosum, on the front I have done Anthurium. Now the middle I was really struggling. What should I do? I had a really huge plant, Ficus lyrata, to put in here, but then I was thinking it's taking so much of the space and it was really high up. It's 1.5 meter long. I wasn't sure if that's the right thing to do, so I just wanted to try it out and I have managed to go with the Stromathe Magic Star here. The reason is it's not going to give it a huge height, but it's going to make the planter look more bushier, and that's what I wanted to achieve rather than have a lot of height here. So just on the front here I have left it empty because I need a bit more space for my plants to grow. The other thing I have done at the back, I have chosen Dieffenbachia reflector. It's one of my favorite plants in my house, but it didn't do great. So all I am thinking is once I have moved it into this location, actually it was neglected. And once I have moved it here, I will not neglect it anymore, and it should do really well. So the key thing here is every single plant has similar requirements. Most of them are sold they can tolerate low light, but in reality I have learned they are not really low light plants in any way. The more light you will give them, the more reward you will get in terms of much bigger leaves. To supplement that, I have decided to use this grow light, which is a temporary. I have to really see how much light is throwing on the plants, how well they are growing. If my plants end up being leggy, then I know it's not doing great. But if for example my Stromathe managed to have all these patterns and doing really well, then I know that my lights are working. At the same time, my Dieffenbachia, if it managed to keep this beautiful pattern on new leaves, then I know I'm not suffering from the lighting conditions. So coming back to the tiering of a plants, so I have got Dieffenbachia at the back, which is going to give me height. The front, I really wanted this amazing looking Philodendron gloriosum. And the cool thing about it is because I have got rectangular plant, I can let it crawl, and the benefits of letting it crawl is it's going to create roots in here in the soil. So if I have to propagate it, I will just have to do the cut here or there, wherever I want to propagate it from. That means my propagation is going to be successful because it has a lot of roots. Now what is this magic hole? This magic hole is the self-watering mechanism. I have measured it so I don't overflow my plants. So I can put in 5 liters here before it starts to leak at the bottom. So it's kind of a safety mechanism. I know how much water I need to put in, and how I can keep my plants happier if I am going away on holidays. The other thing I wanted to mention was, when you have got a lot of plants in one big planter, it kind of makes your life easier as long as they have same growing conditions. So if let's say if I had them individually, they dry out much more quickly. That means I have to water them more regularly. But when you put them in a group, increases humidity, so I don't have to worry about that. Watering becomes a lot more easier because when I water this, I use like a 10-20 liter can depending on how much watering I need to put in. So in one go, watering becomes a lot more easier, and at the same time they really give you this stunning effect which you are after. If I have them like individual plants, I don't think I will get this impact. So I just think grouping them together really helps. So I think I have given a lot of information here if you are planning to make your own statement. But if you are interested in what's inside the soil, you can start to watch my video from here on. So we are getting to the end. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope that you have enjoyed this video, and see you soon.